Welcome, everyone. Whether you're catching us during your morning espresso or afternoon strategy session, you've tuned into the most insightful podcast on the hot topics facing the auto industry today. I'm Steve, alongside Claire, and this is Auto Intelligence, brought to you by the Auto Agentic team.
Thanks, Steve. You know what keeps catching my attention in the morning headlines? The sheer pace of change in our industry. Today's episode is particularly timely as we're witnessing what analysts are calling the Great EV Reset of 2025.
The latest data from Row Motion really puts this transformation into perspective. Global EV sales hit 4.1 million units in Q1 2025 alone. That's a 29% increase over last year. But what makes these numbers particularly fascinating is the story behind them.
Let's break those numbers down regionally, because this is where it gets really interesting. China's leading with 2.4 million units, up 36% year over year. Europe delivered 900,000 units, showing 22% growth, while North America hit 500,000 units with a 16% increase.
You know what's particularly telling about those regional variations? It's not just about volume, it's about the fundamental shifts in consumer behavior and market dynamics we're seeing in each region.
Absolutely. Take China, for example. The latest data shows their domestic market isn't just growing, it's evolving. BYD has captured 29.3% of their NEV market, while Tesla's position has shifted to third place with 7.5%.
And speaking of Tesla, their latest earnings call revealed some striking numbers. Their operating margins have compressed to 5.1%. That's their lowest since 2019. Their global market share has declined to 15.2% in early 2025, compared to 21.5% in 2023.
That decline in market share tells an important story about market maturation, doesn't it? We're seeing a shift from early adopter dynamics to mainstream market forces.
Exactly, Claire. And what's particularly fascinating is how this maturation is playing out differently across price segments. While Tesla's average selling price has dropped 18.7% year over year, their premium segment competitors are seeing different dynamics entirely.
Let's dive into those traditional luxury manufacturers for a moment. Mercedes-Benz's latest data shows their EQ lineup achieving something remarkable. 74% of their 2025 models now feature Level 3 autonomy. That's transforming both the ownership experience and dealer operations.
And speaking of transformation, GM's recent performance deserves a deeper look. They've delivered over 30,000 EVs in Q1, but it's the breakdown of those numbers that tells the real story.
Intrigued by the model-specific data, aren't you?
Absolutely. The Chevy Equinox EV hit 10,329 units, while the Blazer EV reached 6,187, and the Silverado EV achieved 2,383 deliveries. But here's what makes this particularly interesting. Their Ultium platform strategy isn't just working for GM brands.
You're talking about that Honda partnership, aren't you?
Exactly. The Honda Prologue, built on GM's Ultium platform, delivered 9,561 units. That's a powerful validation of GM's technology investment and their approach to partnerships.
While we're talking about manufacturing innovation, let's look at BYD's latest numbers. Their Q1 performance isn't just about volume, it's about fundamental changes in how EVs are built and sold.
The numbers really tell the story. BYD delivered 416,388 battery electric vehicles in Q1 alone. That's not just more than Tesla's 336,681 units, it's their second consecutive quarter leading global EV sales.
And what's fascinating about BYD's success is how they've achieved it. Their vertical integration strategy has given them production costs averaging 20 to 30% lower than Western competitors. But it's not just about cost reduction, is it?
Not at all. Their latest earnings report shows they're reinvesting those savings into R&D. Their new Blade battery technology achieving 1,000 kilowatt ultra-fast charging capability, delivering 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes. That's a game changer for the industry.
This focus on battery technology is reshaping the entire competitive landscape. Volkswagen's response has been particularly interesting.
Their unified electric platform strategy has reduced production costs by 37% while simultaneously increasing range by 25%. But what's really telling is how this is affecting their dealer network.
Speaking of dealer networks, the latest data from Cox Automotive shows something fascinating about how dealerships are adapting to this new landscape. Would you say this is the biggest transformation in dealer operations we've seen in decades, Steve?
Without question. According to the latest research, dealerships that have fully embraced EV service capabilities are seeing their service revenue increase by 23% year over year. But here's what's really interesting. While traditional maintenance revenue is declining, there's a complete transformation in how service departments operate.
The numbers from Charter Global's study really break this down, don't they? Their analysis shows AI-driven predictive maintenance reducing vehicle downtime by 34%, but it goes beyond just maintenance.
Absolutely. Dealers using these advanced AI systems are seeing their inventory turn rates improve by 35%. But what's particularly fascinating is how this affects the customer experience. The latest JD Power data shows certified EV technicians delivering 38% higher customer satisfaction scores.
Let's talk about that digital transformation piece for a moment. The latest McKinsey study shows dealerships aren't just adding technology, they're fundamentally reimagining their entire business model.
The numbers support this. Dealers using integrated digital retail platforms are seeing transaction times reduced by 28%, while customer satisfaction scores climb by 43%. But it's not just about speed, it's about the quality of interaction.
And this ties directly into what we're seeing with customer behavior patterns. According to JD Power's latest study, 67% of luxury vehicle shoppers are now including EVs in their consideration set. That's up from 42% just 18 months ago.
And this shift in consumer preference is opening doors for new players. Take VinFast's recent performance, 42,000 units delivered in Q1, representing a 168% increase year over year.
Their technology integration strategy is particularly interesting. Their over-the-air update capability has reduced service visits by 31%, while their AI-driven customer experience platform is showing remarkable results.
This brings us to a crucial point about infrastructure development. Motion's latest data shows fascinating regional variations in charging network development.
The contrast is striking. While China has deployed over 1.8 million charging points, other markets are still catching up. But what's interesting is how this gap is affecting manufacturer strategies.
You know what's particularly interesting about that infrastructure gap, Claire? It's creating entirely new business models for dealers. The latest data from Cox Automotive shows dealerships that have installed DC fast charging are seeing some remarkable numbers.
The revenue diversification is fascinating, isn't it? Some dealers are reporting their charging stations are generating up to $12,000 in monthly revenue. But it's not just about the direct income, it's about the ecosystem they're building.
Speaking of ecosystems, let's look at what's happening with EV pricing. According to Goldman Sachs' latest report, we're projected to have over 35 different EV models priced under $40,000 by the end of 2025.
That's a crucial tipping point for mass adoption. The latest data shows EVs reaching cost parity with internal combustion vehicles in 78% of vehicle segments. That's 2 years ahead of previous forecasts.
You're listening to Auto Intelligence, sponsored by Auto Agentic. As an agentic AI company, we're transforming automotive retail by enhancing human capabilities, not replacing them. Learn how agentic AI can help your team by asking them 3 questions. 1. What do you hate doing every day? 2. What do you feel you aren't good at doing each day? 3. What things do you do that take time but don't add value to your day? The answers to those questions are where you can start implementing agentic AI solutions. Visit autoagentic.ai to learn how agentic AI can help your team to do more every day.
Let's dive into some breaking news about battery technology. BYD's latest announcement about their Blade battery technology isn't just about charging speed, it's about fundamentally changing the ownership experience.
The numbers are impressive, 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes of charging. But what's really interesting is how this affects dealer operations. Service departments are having to completely retool their approach to battery maintenance and diagnostics.
And this technological evolution is reshaping supply chains globally. The latest data from Motion shows China controlling 41% of global EV production, but it's not just about assembly anymore.
Exactly. Their vertical integration strategy, particularly in battery production and raw materials processing, is giving them a significant cost advantage. Western manufacturers are now having to rethink their entire supply chain strategy.
The policy landscape is adding another layer of complexity. JD Power's analysis shows EV retail shareholding at 9.1% in 2025, with policy uncertainty playing a major role.
We're seeing this play out differently across regions. While China's NEV credits continue driving growth, Europe's subsidy reductions are creating new market dynamics. The US market is particularly interesting with its evolving incentive structure.
Let's talk about those changing consumer patterns. JD Power's latest study shows something interesting about how buyers are approaching EV purchases.
The education component is crucial, isn't it? Their data shows EV customers spending an average of 23 minutes more in the showroom compared to traditional buyers. But it's not just about learning the technology.
Exactly. These longer interactions are leading to higher customer satisfaction scores and better retention rates. Dealers who've invested in comprehensive EV training are seeing customer retention rates jump by 41%.
You know, Claire, all these transformations we've discussed today really highlight why AutoAgentic's approach to AI is so crucial for dealerships right now.
Absolutely. As an agentic AI company, we're fundamentally different from traditional AI solutions. We believe in enhancing human capabilities, not replacing them. Let's break down what that means for dealers.
Visit us at www.autoagentic.ai to learn how we can help your dealership thrive in this evolving landscape. Remember, the future of automotive retail isn't about replacing humans with AI. It's about creating powerful partnerships between the two. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Auto Intelligence. I'm Steve.
And I'm Claire, reminding you that the future of automotive retail is about enhancing human potential, not replacing it. Join us next time as we continue exploring the latest developments in our industry.